As you know, we had a strong quarter. We have optimism for the rest of the year. And so I think it speaks a little bit more to what vertical you're part of, and, is your technology differentiated, and do you have a platform? And so you might find, companies that have less of a breadth or are less mission critical, more impacted in this climate. But we're building the company for the long run. We hope that the bank, which has unfortunately impacted a lot of people, that's put behind us. But, it does feel like both consumer sentiment as well as, frankly, small and medium business and enterprise sentiment towards investing in digital, the interest continues. I think there's maybe a little bit more focus on the return of investment for their technology.
But the big news of the day is FIREFLY, the family of generative AI models that Adobe is announcing in a public beta today. This is, you type in text, it generates an image. And unlike some other popular models that are trained by images on the internet that might not be legal for commercial use, Adobe has its own Adobe stock repository to work with. I asked Shantanu why Adobe built its own model and why the explosion of AI innovation is happening right now across so many companies in enterprise tech.
All the technology that we built, as I said, to enhance faces, to be able to recognize objects, to be able to think about, what you can do with resolution, have actually factored into making this, we believe, one of the best models out there. And we do partner. There is a massive ecosystem. We're partnering with NVIDIA, for example, on the training and the inference chips that they're doing. We're partnering with Microsoft on Azure. We're partnering with OpenAI as it relates to ChatGPT. But really being clear about what Adobe's core innovation and IP is and making sure that that's something that we invest in has always been a part of Adobe's culture. Sometimes it's just, various different technologies coming together to make this magic happen. And so there are so many ingredients that need to happen. I mean, what NVIDIA has done on the GPUs, the fact that all of this in the cloud, you now have the ability to access this and, do the processing in the cloud, the fact that visual languages have improved, the large language models for text has happened. So I think some of this, much like when mobility exploded or the cloud exploded, it's like people have been working on these technologies for a while, certainly all of our AI technology. I mean, we won an Oscar for scientific technical achievement again this time, John, as it relates to 3D. So, a lot of the building blocks have been put in place, but sometimes magic happens because all of these things, the confluence of all of these makes it really usable and affordable for customers. So it's exciting. But having said that, it's still very, very, very early in the process. I know a lot of people are asking us about, is Adobe, what took you so long to announce, what we were doing with FIREFLY? And so, there's so many issues that have to be dealt with. For example, we have the ability to say, do not track. So if there's somebody who's a creative professional who doesn't want their data being used to train, we have a do not track. How do you work with provenance? So when somebody is creating this piece of content, how do you understand the difference between auto-generative content as well as content that somebody has actually done? And so, we've been working on this for decades in terms of having the building blocks, but it's a really exciting time right now.
To what degree do you believe FIREFLY and its associated technologies are a top-line grower versus a margin enhancer, a churn reducer? How much is this going to create new product and perhaps new subscribers who are able to be creative on the platform, who otherwise would have had that blank screen and not seen a value in that 55-ish a month subscription? And how much is this just going to keep those subscribers loyal?
There is no question in my mind that this is going to attract a whole new set of people to the platform, and it's going to make everybody who's already a Creative Cloud subscriber more productive. And if you think about, the different business models, certainly for people who have a subscription to the Creative Cloud service, they'll get a lot of this functionality. We will offer this as APIs so people can build applications on top of it. In Adobe Express, we may have actually packs of, how much content that can be created. And for the creative folks who are actually contributing to stock, we will allow them to actually, potentially provide their styles and allow them to monetize it with their styles. So the more content demand that's there, the more there's an opportunity for people to make money. And these are the creative professionals that I'm talking about. It will be different. And, there will be some disruption. So we're not naive about that. But at the end of the day, as we navigate this and we work through this with the community, we think it's going to be good for the industry.